Hello, my name is Doyun, like Grace said, and I would like to talk about writing and how to improve your child's writing skills today with you. Hey, writing and why practice writing? Well, as Art Young said once, written language is a key skill that young children use to develop and communicate knowledge in every single subject and aspect of life. Writing practice helps children translate the vague thoughts in their minds into a crisp and clear draft that someone else will effortlessly understand. So it's critical to help students to develop a good command of the written English. While it is very important for us to develop it, a lot of the students struggle with writing. It's one of the most difficult skills to develop, and they often not know where and how to start. And some other students, or even the ones who do not know how to or where to start, they also struggle with creating a cohesive text, jumping from one thought to the next thought without any structure or organization. And these struggles lead to students finding writing very hard and very boring at the same time. But without the practice, they struggle even more. And then they find it even more hard and boring, and a negative cycle can continue on. Then these struggles can carry on even through high school, university, and even beyond. So, helping students from a young age to improve their writing skill allows them to feel comfortable, confident, and effective with communication, setting them up for success for future in all disciplines. How can we improve the writing skills of young children? Well, the ability to compose written products is highly dependent on foundation skills. So we must focus on developing these foundation skills. The ability to produce good written work is critically dependent on foundational skills such as building vocabulary range, knowing when to use a specific vocabulary, learning the spelling and grammar rules such as capitalization, punctuation, and sentence fragments, as well as identifying the main parts of sentence and forming complex syntax, and finally, developing a coherent and organized paragraph. To do this, students need to be taught explicitly how to write for different genres like narrative or persuasive writing. Because the writing is very different, they might look similar, but they are very, very different. And then, after learning the main features of each genre, students need to be taught or guided explicitly again the different strategies for planning, writing, and revising the text that they have written. For example, using graphic organizers to divide thoughts for a longer piece of writing, and using guiding questions to organize the thought process for even smaller segments of writing, and learning sample sentence starters that can be utilized in a given genre until students become more comfortable with writing independently. They also need to be taught how the written product may look differently based on who the intended audience is. A letter to a friend versus someone on the other side of an opinion versus a neutral party will all look very different in the way that you write. And writing to an expert in a topic versus someone without any background knowledge in the topic will require a slightly different tone and vocabulary, and the amount of or the types of detail and evidence required, uh, and they will all vary. So students should also be exposed to different levels of examples of writing. Okay? So they want to see and they need to see what is good writing and why is it well written, and what can be improved from the written piece in front of them, and how can it be improved, so that they can analyze those features, they get a handle on the features that they're identifying, and then they are better able to demonstrate and apply what they've learned in their own writing.